Alright, so this is the new improved... Looks like F9 turns on something else. It's odd. We'll leave that for now. But it's the new improved version of my farm. It's Benvolio saying hello. I'll say hi to him in a minute. It now, as you can see, produces a lot of biomass and biofuel that then runs a diamond making scheme machine similar to before, but powered a lot more aggressively. So I'm just gonna quickly show how I moved everything. So you notice these solar panels on the top of here. This is a silo, and the silo is where stuff is stored. So if we come in here, you can see that both wheat and sugar and fertilizer sometimes comes in here and is stored. And these are advanced insertion pipes, so if there's room, it goes in. If not, it goes up to the recycler. So the recycler, which is fed from the solar panels, just recycles any random crap that's in here. And it's got, again, an insertion thing, because sometimes when there's multiple different kinds of things, you don't want them overflowing. But there seems to be some sort of graphical bug in the insertion pipe. It seems to work right, but sometimes stuff just appears like it keeps going. Like that one there. It was obviously recycled, and this time it wasn't. But whatever. So all the recycled stuff goes down through this tube. When these are being pumped out to fuel the fermenters, that's the storage tank. But they come out here, same deal. And if they make it all the way through, they get zipped back around. And then once they come back around here, either they get stored or shot up. So no big deal. Then this biomass is pumped over these engines, which are what power all the machines, the fermenters, and the stills. So the stills are over here. There's a bunch of those, and they pump out fuel into these giant tanks. I've just turned on these pumps to start pumping fuel out from here into this array of generators. You can see the power goes up pretty high, and this isn't even close to up to speed yet. There's no biofuel in a lot of these, so it actually gets going pretty fast once it gets fired up. And then the rest of this is mostly the same, but I've added a couple things underneath. One of which is this, which is an auto crafting table that makes manure. That is, of course, jammed right now. I'll unjam it. So basically, wheat as it comes by, as you can see here, goes through the filter, ends up in there, and then every 4 wheat, some manure will come out here, and the manure and the fertilizer get processed this way. They go through here into, you can see fertilizer in here, to fuel all the fermenters. Also just going to drop this dirt in here. This teleport pipe goes up to the recycler. So, and beyond that, everything else is pretty much the same. Oh, and I added this, it's hard to get around with all these pipes. My moistener, there we go, is now on demand. So in this chest there should be some wheat. We come in here, this is pretty cool. You come in here, you can see the wheat is getting moistened. And the cobblestone here, there'll always be 5, because this outside of here is a see the lava in the water, so it's making cobblestone down by the block breaker. So when this cobblestone is done, it would come out here, get deployed, and another one would be put back in. Same way that this wheat, or this mulch, it's gonna come out through this pipe here. Looks like it already did. Oh no, here it comes. It's gonna set this detector off. When it does, wheat gets deployed out here, goes back in, and then this mulch gets shot over to the to the peat farms. Again, there seems to be a glitch with the teleporter, or sometimes it looks like it bounces back, but it didn't really. And that way I keep from overflowing the moistener, because if it's too full of wheat, it basically keeps trying to... Yeah, that's all. We're going to go with there. It basically keeps trying to process the fresh wheat without ever making any mulch until it's really full, and then you get a whole bunch at once. The last thing to note is that this is a timer that is every 5 minutes. It'll give a pulse so that if there's ever not any wheat in here when the last mulch comes out, then this will kick it, get it started again. So that whole thing runs. Pretty cool model that I want to use in some other places, but for now, only using it there. And once you have power in here, it's still going up okay. Oh, and the recycler, show that. The recycler has a thing in here to reduce pipe traffic. This thing here waits until there's a full stack in the chest, and then this timer goes like every 2 seconds or something. So every 2 seconds it checks to see, and if there's a full stack it shoots the whole stack over here, but that way we don't have a continual line. So I don't have enough diamonds yet to make the high-speed transport. So there's a chest down here full of these. So when I turn on the switch up above, this inverter will go, turn this pump on, and it'll start to pump those up. It'll be slow at first, and then better as time goes on. Also go out this way. So we'll go turn on the diamond making machine. See that room? You can see I've started to finish some of the buildings now that I know how big they need to be. I don't know what I want to do with the roofs of all of them, but, you know, it's not as important. So in here again, automatic crafting table, chest with diamonds. Turn this on, starts to make progress, and in a second, we should see scrap start being pumped in here. Obviously, it takes a while for the redstone engine to start up. Oh, there you go. So once that gets going faster, obviously, progress will be better. And the use of all this power will be more efficient. But, for now, I guess I can't get up through here, right? No, maybe not. For now, it's going through this, but as you can see, it's not going down that fast, and it'll go down slower as these start to fill up. So this one is full, so this one's starting to fill up, and then once these ones are full, these ones will start to fill up, and then the top ones as well. Then it'll really be pretty cool. So I think once I have this working, I can start to use the diamonds. As you can see, I don't produce fuel nearly as fast as I go through it. But I'm not sure that's ever going to be possible. Although this is also the filling stage, so we'll have to see. I haven't even turned it. This is the first time I've turned it on once everything was full. I had it on yesterday to test it when it was mostly empty, but just to make sure all this arrangement worked and that you know, I could properly transmit power and everything. So now that I have this working, my next goal, I want to make a warehouse, clean all this stuff up, and then use the diamonds that I can make here, make yet another, even more efficient way to make more diamonds. And maybe eventually I'll just cheat and use like equivalent exchange. Not that it's really cheating, but it's definitely way easier to get diamonds. It's harder to get, you know, higher tier stuff, but easier to get diamonds. So there you go. This comes out, and then once there's 9 in there, you can see a diamond pop out here. And once it's actually all the way charged, they come out decently fast. It's, you know, 5 an hour or so right now. And that was yesterday again. It might be more now that I have the second set of tanks, because yesterday, with only one set of tanks, I only had one set of pumps pumping liquid, and I'm not sure that I could even pump enough liquid to keep up with all these. But yeah, so one of the next things to do is to, you know, enclose all these buildings. I want to make this look like some sort of well house, pump house, something like that. Figure out what all those things are. And yeah, but it's going along nicely. And this particular some of the changes I've made since the last time make it much less likely to get jammed, where it would run out of one thing or another that it needs and sort of stall out, and you'd see the farms would be, you know, empty without anything planted or anything like that. So pretty happy with how it turned out. Anyway, let's see if we've made another one. See, we're already at 3, halfway to 4, and it really does actually start to go pretty fast once the redstone engine down below eats up, because then the scrap starts to come a lot faster. I could have brought some scrap up with me. I don't have any in my inventory, and fed it in manually. And then it goes pretty fast, but this thing's not losing power very quickly because of all this, and this represents a pretty large amount of power. So we'll see how many diamonds we get. What did we have before? 6 and 1 UU matter. So I'll make a mental note, figure out how many that whole tank yields us. But maybe I'll put it in the description or something if I remember. But I probably won't. But anyway, that's what I've got so far.